in the heart of the jungle where the trees whispered secrets to each other in the wind and the rivers sang lullabies to the fish, Mowgli grew up with the wolves. He was a young boy with a heart full of wonder and a mind full of curiosity. The jungle was his home, and he knew every nook and cranny, every hidden stream, and every secret glade. But one day, strange things began to happen. Animals started disappearing, one by one. The birds stopped singing, and the trees stopped whispering. The jungle was filled with an eerie silence. The animals of the jungle were frightened. They didn't know what was happening or who was behind it. They whispered among themselves, trying to make sense of the disappearances. Mowgli, however, was not one to be easily spooked. He had grown up with the wolves, and he knew that the jungle was full of mysteries and wonders. He decided to investigate the disappearances to find out what was happening and who was behind it. He set out early in the morning, his bare feet padding softly on the forest floor. He walked through the trees, his eyes scanning the underbrush for any sign of trouble. As he walked, he called out to the animals, asking them if they had seen anything. But no one answered. The jungle was silent, and Mowgli was starting to feel a sense of unease. He had never felt like this before, and he didn't know what to do. As he walked, he came across a group of animals huddled together, their eyes wide with fear. They told him that they had seen a ghostly figure, a tiger with glowing eyes lurking in the shadows. They said that the figure was the spirit of a tiger that had lived in the jungle long ago, a tiger that had been known for its ferocity and its cunning. Mowgli listened to their story, his heart pounding in his chest. He had heard stories of the ghostly tiger before, but he had never believed them. Now, he wasn't so sure. He decided to investigate further to see if he could find any evidence of the ghostly tiger. He walked through the jungle, his senses on high alert, looking for any sign of the tiger. As he walked, he came across a clearing, and in the center of the clearing stood a massive rock covered in vines and moss. The rock was known as Cold Rock, and it was said to be haunted by the ghostly tiger. Mowgli approached the rock, his heart pounding in his chest. He looked around, but there was no sign of the tiger. He was about to leave when he heard a faint rustling in the bushes. He turned to see a figure emerging from the underbrush, a figure that looked like a tiger but was not quite. The figure was tall and lean, with eyes that glowed like embers. Mowgli knew that this was no ghost but a living, breathing creature. The creature approached Mowgli, its eyes fixed on him. Mowgli stood his ground, his heart pounding in his chest. He knew that he had to be brave, or else he would be the next to disappear. The creature spoke to him in a voice that was low and menacing. "You are a curious boy, Mowgli," it said. "You want to know the secrets of the jungle. But do you have the courage to face the truth?" Mowgli stood tall, his heart pounding in his chest. "I am not afraid," he said. "I will face whatever truth you have to tell me." The creature smiled, its eyes glinting with amusement. "Very well," it said. "I will show you the truth. But be warned, Mowgli, once you see it, you can never go back." Mowgli nodded, his heart pounding in his chest. He was ready to face whatever truth the creature had to show him. The creature led him deeper into the jungle, to a hidden glade. In the center of the glade stood a massive tree, its branches twisted and gnarled. The creature pointed to the tree, and Mowgli saw that it was covered in strange symbols that seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy. "This is the heart of the jungle," the creature said. "And this is where the disappearances are happening. You see, Mowgli, I am not a ghostly tiger at all. I am a sorcerer, and I have been using my magic to trap the animals of the jungle." Mowgli's eyes widened in shock. He had never heard of a sorcerer before, and he didn't know what to make of it. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. The sorcerer smiled, its eyes glinting with amusement. "I am doing this because I want to rule the jungle," it said, "and I will stop at nothing to achieve my goal." Mowgli knew that he had to stop the sorcerer, no matter what. He was a brave boy and he was not afraid of a challenge. He stood tall, his heart pounding in his chest, and he faced the sorcerer. "You will not rule the jungle," he said. "I will stop you." The sorcerer laughed, its eyes flashing with anger. "We'll see about that," it said. And with that, the battle began. Mowgli and the sorcerer clashed, their magic and strength locked in a fierce struggle. The jungle was filled with the sound of their battle, and the animals watched in awe as the two enemies fought. In the end, it was Mowgli who emerged victorious. The sorcerer was defeated, and the jungle was saved. The animals cheered, and Mowgli stood tall, his heart pounding in his chest. He had saved the jungle, and he had proven himself to be a true hero. And from that day on, he was known as the bravest boy in the jungle. The legend of Mowgli and the ghost of Cold Rock lived on, a reminder of the power of courage and determination. And the jungle was once again a safe and happy place, where the animals could live in peace and harmony. Mowgli returned to the wolves, his heart full of joy and his spirit full of pride. He knew that he had done something special, something that would be remembered for generations to come. And as he walked back to the wolf's den, he knew that he would always be ready to face whatever challenges came his way, knowing that he was brave and strong and that he could overcome anything.